Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. On this channel, we spend our time looking at fantasy of all sorts, from books to movies to video games, and applying the characters within into the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. Today, though, we're going to be looking at a core mechanic of D&D itself. Specifically, we're going to be having a look at one of the most popular races in the whole game, the Aasimar. As with their cousins the Tieflings, Aasimar are humans that were born with blood from the astral plane. Aasimar, though, are born with angel blood, celestial blood, and as such, their powers lean a lot into that you'd see from Celestials. How powerful are they? Let's have a look. Now, their ASI is very unique, because not only can they get their +2 to Charisma as standard, they also get a +1, and they get to choose which +1 they get. In the original book, there were 3 variants of the Aasimar, and so rather than picking the variants, I just said, let's have a look-see at the 3 different ASIs they get. One is Wisdom, one is Constitution, and one is Strength. This gives you a good amount of versatility, and I give these ASIs 10 out of 10 and 7 out of 10 for the variety you get for the +1. Their size is also interesting. They can either be medium or small. This is their decision, and I think that this is a very cool feature. I would usually pick medium myself because it just is a better size overall, but if you really want to be a small angel person, you can do that. 10 out of 10. Their speed is 30 feet, very standard, 9 out of 10 for their speed. And they have dark vision, which is, of course, one of the best powers that any race can get. 60 feet, they can see in the dark, and this is 10 out of 10 territory. Then is their celestial resistance power. They have resistance to 2 types of damage, radiant and necrotic damage. This is pretty good. I think you're more likely to face an enemy that fights you with necrotic damage, as undead often do. But radiant could come up if you find yourself on the wrong end of an astral being. So 10 out of 10 for 2 damage resistances. Then they have a healing hands power. They can do a little bit of healing. Their proficiency bonus number of D4s. They can do this once per day. It's not as powerful as a paladin's healing hands, and there are certainly healing spells that would make this work, but at low levels of play, and in an emergency, this is good. This is a 9 out of 10 power. Then they have the Light Bearer ability, which just gives them the light cantrip for free, no matter what they're doing. The light cantrip's okay. You could just light a torch, but having a magical way to just turn on an object and make it glow, not bad. 6 out of 10, just because it's not the most powerful cantrip in the game. Then comes the power that was tied to their 3 different varieties, Celestial Revelation. Basically, this is a transformation power. It used to be that you would have to pick one of the 3 types of Aasimar that would determine your secondary ASI as well as your revelation. But in Mordekainen's multiverse book, it's been changed to now you just pick your stat boost, and then you pick one of these 3 transformations when you choose the race. It's effectively the same thing, it's just worded a little different. There's 3 types. The Necrotic Shroud. When you transform, which is something you can do once per rest, you get a minute-long fear effect and do extra necrotic damage to creatures nearby. This is a 8 out of 10 power. Fear effect is nice, and extra damage is nice. Then there's Radiant Consumption, where you radiate a little bit of damage, as long as the creature is within your light radiation, and you do extra radiant damage when you attack. Not quite as good as a fear effect, I'd say, so 7 out of 10 for that. And then finally, the Radiant Soul, and this is the one I would choose, because you get to do extra radiant damage when you attack, and you get the flying speed. An extra minute of flying is fantastic in any emergency or any need for flights. It's a 10 out of 10 power. So Celestial Revelation, depending on how you want to play your Aasimar, can mean anything. Personally, I just take the flying speed. And then finally, their language. They speak Common and they speak Celestial. 2 languages, Standard 9 out of 10 boost. That's it. The Aasimar are one of the most unique races in the game. Damage resistance, an extra spell, natural healing powers, a variety of ASIs, the ability to have a transformation power, like right away when you become an Aasimar. These are great. These are really, really powerful features, and there's no wonder that with their variety of ASIs, they can fit into almost any stereotype. But with their +2 to Charisma, you could easily see them as a bard or a sorcerer or a warlock or any of those other really popular classes to play. Overall, the Aasimar is a 9 out of 10 race. Well worth their good reputation. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and keep your eyes peeled for more race reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.